Hello, BookTube. Well, welcome to day 9, I think, of LitMas. LitMas is a big, fun BookTube event created by the guys at Stripcover Lit, in which every day for 2 weeks we get a wonderful, thought-provoking prompt to talk about, to look back on 2018, look forward a little. And today's prompt is twofold. It is to brag a little and to thank your community. And bragging a little, I assume, is connected with the specific emphasis on BookTube. And I am extra contemplative at this time of year anyway. And so when I received this prompt, I immediately did what I have done 4 times in 2018, which is to pick 3 videos at random from my 1700 of my own, clear my mind of preconceptions, and just watch them. And once again, when I did that, I was confronted with an absolute mystery, the absolute mystery of why this channel has any followers at all. In the first video, this strange old man with smallpox scars from 1782 talked for 22 minutes. That's another thing. All the videos are really long. None of them were shorter than 20 minutes. Talked for like 22 minutes about 6 or 7 books that at the time were months away from publication, so that no one could see them but that weird old guy. That was video number 1. Video number 2 was a long rant. I mean, it had books in it, but it was mostly a long rant about some very specific gripes that only a working professional book reviewer would actually have. Someone who reads books, you know, in the public eye, or who writes the occasional review for Goodreads or ever, might sympathize a little. But the gripes in that second video were mostly derived from the world of someone who does nothing else. And currently, in the Western world, the number of professional book reviewers is 3. 3 people who do nothing else, who literally do nothing else. They don't teach, they don't have any editorial jobs or anything like that. They just write book reviews. All 3 of them have been on this channel. That's a very small audience. And yet, that second video had tons and tons of enthusiastic comments. All of my comments field is wonderful all the time. And the third video is probably the most egregious example of all, because it was a weird old man with smallpox scars from 1782, mostly chortling and snorting in his nose at a string of private allusions and private jokes. One of which, the one that got the loudest and the longest laugh from the host, was the latest in an ongoing back and forth in-joke camaraderie between the person in the video, me, and a book reviewer who has been dead for 17 years. That is the very definition, should be the very definition of impenetrable content. And it should not have an audience. So I mean, I know that a lot of you will say, well, you sent us books, so of course we're going to watch. And a lot of you will say, well, there's Frida, and she's adorable, and before that there was Lucy, and she was adorable, so we watch for. But I don't send all of you books, and I don't send you all books all the time. And Frida's not in every video. She's only in a video when she's around and feels like it. Once again, for the brag a little part, I cannot do it, because once again I am brought up face to face with the undeniable reality that this channel should have about 70 subscribers at most. I have no idea what the rest of you are getting out of this. None at all. Except maybe that over time we have developed a friendship, so it's nice to see each other. Okay, I can understand that, but that doesn't explain the first year. Anyway, so the first part of this prompt I can't do. I can't really brag. Second part I can do. Thanking my community I can do, because this has been amazing for me. BookTube in 2018 has been amazing for me. We get along. We get along really well. I look forward to talking with you every day. I love reading your reactions to things, your interest in things, your comments about everything under the sun. I love the interaction here. I just love it. I love that we get each other. I love that we can joke with each other. I love that we can check each other. I love that we can recommend things to each other and not just books. I honestly don't know. I mean, I understand not everybody has a camera, not everybody has the inclination, and most of the people in the world don't know that BookTube exists. But I honestly don't understand how I got along without this. I dearly, dearly love it. So thanking my community is easy. I cannot thank you enough. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. This has been an amazing experience for me in 2018. And a no strings attached highlight that I'm not, don't have the words to do it. I cannot thank you enough for this experience. I, of course, was totally unforeseen by me 10 years ago, 20 years ago, who knew about the internet or that anything like this would ever be possible. And even now, even in 2018, going on 2019, people who don't know about BookTube, who look at online communities, social media, online communities, would say, quite rightfully, that they're a snake pit. And why on earth would you want to be involved in one of them? And I might have ended up being one of those people. I'm so glad that the tumblers just fell the way they did, and that I ended up giving this a try, and that it ended up working, because it's a good, solid, smile-inducing part of my day. So I'm glad to end this prompt by thanking you all again, just from the bottom of my heart. So I'll wrap this up for now. That was LitMas for today, and we'll be back talking about something soon. Thank you, BookTube.